Hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Start to your Tuesday. Wonderful Tuesday. You're watching this. It's a VOD on YouTube. Hope you're having a great whatever day, time, night it is. Got some good selections here. I do have an interview in about 2 hours, so we're going to try to not go on as many tangents this time around, but we'll see what we can do. Got 5 amazing videos selected. Buffy, Sailor Moon, which I don't think I've reacted to a Sailor Moon video, let alone seen a Sailor Moon piece of content in years. Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, the trailer, Legacies, I believe, and Never After 20. What's going on, Luke? What's going on, Jace? Yeah, it's been a minute, but seems like you had fun at your sister's wedding. Food looked phenomenal. Everyone looked super dressed to the nines. It looked great. I'm sure you had a wonderful job. You got that job? Nice. Congrats. That's awesome. Fingers crossed on my interview today. But if you're unfamiliar, we have been working hard, literally everybody here, Luke, Jace, and I, we have been working hard on the Discord and really making it more of a community feel to it. For the most part, in the beginning, I was just using it as a platform to get requests for videos from toddreacts.com members. But now we're trying to get this thing going into a more community-based. Obviously, it's growing quite a bit. We're over 60 members now. It seems like we're adding more and more every day. So go ahead and join today. It's free. It's open. Links are everywhere. It's in the video description on YouTube. It's on the Twitch channel. It's on the website, toddreacts.com, in the top. You're going to find it everywhere. And go ahead and join and make your opinions known. We have a bunch of cool things. I'm going to go through that very shortly. But first, head on over to toddreacts.com. Join the season and series tiers. Those are the video requesting tiers. If you'd like to just watch the longer form content, think of it like a monthly movie ticket, if you will. The episode tier is there for you. And if you just want general support, the preview tier is also available. Go ahead and subscribe to the Todd Reacts YouTube channel. We're over 12,000 subscribers now and growing. Happy to see it. Welcome to everybody that's new, that's been joining the last few weeks, months. It's been awesome. Just a heads up and word to the wise. Last month, about 84% of the watch time on the channel was by non-subscribers. If you are one of those non-subscribers, go ahead and sign up for a YouTube account today. It is free. It's easy. It takes 2 seconds. You don't have to use the Gmail account that you create for it. Literally just use it to sign in. You can keep track, subscribe to the creators you enjoy. Helps them. It helps you keep track of the videos they're actually posting because it actually gives you a feed of everyone you're subscribed to. Puts a little blue dot next to their icon if they have new videos that you haven't seen yet. And it also lists their videos chronologically. You can check out all the different creators and the videos depending on where you left off. It is super handy. It's neat. I used to be someone that never signed in until I started this. And I would lose track of people all the time. And then I'd finally get recommended through the YouTube algorithm like 6 months, a year later. And I was just like, oh, that person exists still? It was very much just like, oh, I remember that person. So go ahead, help your creator, subscribe today, and help yourself. You'll keep track of the videos and keep track of things you enjoy watching. It's a heck of a lot better than the algorithm. So go ahead and subscribe. Join today. I love how I'm doing ads for YouTube. YouTube, come on now. Where you at? Where you at, YouTube? Where's that sponsorship? Go ahead and check out the Todd Reacts Plays gaming channel. That's where I game, as it says in the top, as you can clearly see. We have the Chapter 5 of Life is Strange, which is literally the end of the first video game for Life is Strange this Saturday. It'll be your local time. Just check it out. It's already made on YouTube. On Twitch, it'll just be a thing. It'll just go live. If you have notifications on, it'll notify you. But really pushing the YouTube channel because, hey, I'm a YouTube person. I'm a YouTube kid, you know? I grew up on here. I love it here. And Twitch is more of just, I don't know, just kind of a testing ground for this live stuff. But I will continue to dual stream, so Twitch will continue to get streams. But YouTube is really what I'm pushing toward. So go ahead and join today, subscribe. Random Fortnite streams throughout, but we're going to have you all vote on the next game here very soon. So Life is Strange does have more games, so you're going to be able to vote if you want to see more of that. But if you want to see different games, you're going to have the opportunity to vote. So subscribe today. Join the Discord. There is going to be a poll on the Discord, so join it. Check out the Winter Collection of merch. Just over 3 days left of the Winter Collection. Ships worldwide. Members on the website save 15% on every order. As you can see, all the items. Very cool, very interesting. And something I found last time, I literally found this out on stream, is that whenever I'm live on Twitch, you can literally gift to the Twitch chat an item on the store. Isn't that interesting? I didn't even know that was a thing. But it is a thing, apparently. And that only appears when I'm live, which is super cool. So go ahead and check it out today. This is literally what I'm wearing right now. This is literally what I'm wearing. Comes in a variety of different colors, obviously. But check it out today, and let's get into it. Oh, I wanted to give you a preview of the Discord we've been working so hard on. That is helpful, isn't it? It's super cool. Thanks. I hope the interview goes well as well. I wanted to bring up the preview of the Discord really quick, just to kind of give you a synopsis of what we've done here. So you join via the public square, and then you can actually request a channel via the request a channel channel. Boy, it's a bit redundant, isn't it? Has information directly from me in the Todd Reacts section. And then literally you can have any sort of fandom, group, show, whatever you want to join and talk about and discuss, post memes, and all that good stuff. And then there's the fun sections where you can talk about gaming. You can post general memes that are funny, that you find funny, you want other people to laugh at. You can post your pet pics in that. Need some advice. So if you need some advice on something and you want to poll the group, you can. There's a book club. Join the book club. Adventures, any sort of fun things you're doing. I posted a picture of my bowling night out, which was fun. Food, always interesting. Post recipes, share what you're eating. It's always fun to look at food. I don't know why. It just is. You want to go on a rant or talk about some music, that is available as well. And obviously there's some members sections for you to submit your requests. Those are only visible to members. But yeah, join today. It's growing and you can have an impact. You can make a channel yourself. So if it's something you're really passionate about, you want to talk about, and you're really into it, and you want to see if other people are into it too, we can make a channel for you and you can have at it. Currently discussing Doctor Who, but I'm creating questions for a bunch of shows to start, and I've started the first book club for it. Absolutely. Go check out all of the channels. They're growing. Desperately need your input, because I'm assuming your input is something we're talking about. All inputs, I'm being honest. Let's go ahead and join the video one, which is... I gotta stop going on tangents. I have that interview in a couple hours. Just some Buffy the Vampire Slayer clips to make you laugh. So we're starting off with some laughs. This is all randomly selected, as usual, by yours truly. Let's go ahead and join video number one. Oh, no way.
So, Buffy, how'd the slaying go last night?
Xander?
I mean, how'd the laying go? No, I don't mean that either.
funny looking. Could you do it again?
I'll kill you for that.
For that? What were you trying to kill me for before?
People who think their problems are so huge craze me. Like this time I sort of ran over this girl on her bike. It was the most traumatizing event of my life, and she's trying to make it about her leg.
We're doing crime here. You don't sneak up during crime.
We're doing crime here.
God, he's gonna kill her.
You make a very pretty little girl.
Anya, you wanna help me with that thing?
Xander needs help with his thing.
Stop
That was
touching my
suspicious.
magic bone.
Costumes, sets, the things that you, you hold them, you touch them, use them.
Props?
No.
Props?
Yes.
Oh, balls, you didn't say he was a gloggle gashmanik. Because I can't say gloggle.
Actually, I have a little Scooby-centric deal to deal with first. I put this before the group. What the hell is it?
Appears to be paranormal in origin.
How can you tell?
Well, it's so shiny.
See you in hell.
What are you doing?
If you harm me, you shall know the wrath of he that is darkness and terror. Your blood will boil, and you will know true suffering. Stand down, she witch. Your defeat is at hand.
But she's still a walking corpse.
So are you.
Maybe an electrical current combined with an adrenaline boost.
For the love of God, can somebody scratch my nose?
Ask me a question. Ask me anything.
Who's president?
We're checking for Buffy, not a concussion.
Oh, yes, right.
Hi, Mr. Beach. I was just wondering, were you planning on killing a bunch of people tomorrow? Oh, it's for the yearbook.
Stealthy.
Literally
Found my
me.
best entrance. I think they were mopping in the halls.
Demons, vampires, women in the penitentiary system, none of that freaks
Literally
me
me,
That's
though.
exactly what the first does. Find your Achilles heel.
out. No, it just talked to me. What, it does a heal thing, too?
You don't think it can be done?
Oh, I didn't say that. I might, but not yet.
I personally don't think it's possible to come up with a crazier plan.
We attacked the mayor with hummus.
I stand corrected.
We're just trying to keep you safe, I expect.
I feel safe with you.
Take that back.
I've been up for 48 hours straight, tracking something bad. Now it's come to Sunnydale.
My hat has a cow.
What if we come across Ben?
I don't think a doctor's what Buffy needs right now.
Well, yeah. Especially not one who also happens to be Glory.
What do you mean?
You know, Ben is Glory.
You mean Ben's with Glory?
With, in what sense?
They're working together?
No. Ben is Glory. Glory's Ben. They're one and the same.
Well, when did all this happen?
Not 1 hour ago. Right here, before your very eyes. Ben came, turned into Glory, snatched the kid, and vanished, remember? You do remember. Is everyone here very stoned? Ben, Glory. He's a doctor, she's the beast. Two entirely separate entities sharing one body. Like a bloody sitcom. Surely you remember.
Dr.
So
Jekyll
you're
and Mr. Hyde.
saying Ben and Glory...
Have a connection.
Yes, obviously, but what kind?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was around her somewhere.
That's frustrating, and I'm not even Spike.
We'll just keep...
Oh,
Found it!
Good Lord, are you all right?
Peachy. Except my knee's bent backwards now.
It's the most amazing thing I ever saw. I mean, how many guys can...
Angel. Does every conversation we have to come around to that freak? Hey, man, how you doing?
Buffy, something's happened that... Willow's dead. Hey, Willow. Wait a second.
I appreciate your thoughts on the matter. In fact, I encourage you to always.
This is some A+
challenge me,
dialogue right here.
When you feel it's appropriate.
I've enjoyed
You
it.
should never be cowed by authority.
Forgot how much humor was in
Of
this
course, in
show.
this instance, when I'm clearly right and you were clearly wrong.
Forged in secrecy for one like you who... I'm sorry. What's your name?
Buffy.
No, really.
Oh, if I was just staring at it, looking for another response. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go through it. Much deserved love. That was a great compilation. As I was saying, I forgot there was so much humor in that show. Which really kind of evened out kind of the scary parts. The thriller parts, which were meant to make you jump a little bit or a little on edge. As a kid, I thought that show was extremely scary for some reason. That's one thing I remember about it. Between Buffy the Vampire Slayer and X-Files, I was just terrified between those two. The opening of X-Files was terrifying. Buffy the Vampire Slayer had its jumping moments where you're just like, oh God. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and pull up some information on the show. Like I said many videos ago, I do remember watching some of it. Very often one of my brothers would be watching it, or it'd just be on TV, and I'd catch like 2 seconds of it, sit in there for a couple seconds, couple minutes, get a gist of the show, and then I'd either go do something else, change the channel, or the show would just end and something else would come on. But it was never a conscientious effort because I was pretty young when it was running in its heyday. Go ahead and take a look at a bit more information. Television series created by writer and director Joss Whedon. Concept is based on a 92 film, also written by Whedon, although they are separate and unrelated productions. I did not know that. Huh. That's so interesting. I remember hearing about a movie. I just never put the two and two together. I thought the movie came after or something. But, obviously they didn't want Christy Swanson to be Buffy again. Maybe it didn't make sense. I'm not exactly sure as the time frame here. Well, cheerleader, so she was still in school. Maybe it just was a conflicting scheduling conflict, or maybe they just wanted fresh blood or something. Different feel of the show. I'm assuming the film was a little bit more serious in nature. Actually, the poster kind of looks humorous. Maybe it was more of a comedy. $7 million budget. Citation needed. $16 million in the box office. Boy, it was not a barn burner. But it made money. I'll say that about it. Well, double 7 for bit of advertising, maybe. Yeah, it still broke even. Possibly. Or at least came out even. Kind of seems like it's... Well, it's not very related, obviously. A lot of the names are different. Interesting. Well, that is weird. Series follows... It was almost like his second attempt at it. Like, the first one was like, okay. So then he, changed some things about the show. Premiered in 1997, ended in 2003. Like previous Slayers, Buffy is aided by a Watcher who guides, teaches, and trains her. Unlike her predecessors, she surrounds herself with loyal friends who become known as Scoobies. The show primarily takes place in the fictional setting of Sunnydale, a small Southern California city that is located on a Hellmouth, a portal between this reality and the next, and the convergence point of mystical energy. Because of this, supernatural creatures and beings with magical powers, both good and evil, are drawn to Sunnydale or rise from below the ground to menace the town and the world. Received critical and popular acclaim and often listed among the greatest television series of all time. Wow. Original airings often reached 4 to 6 million viewers, although lower than successful shows on the big four networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox here in the US. These ratings were a success for a relatively new and smaller WB television. Despite being mostly ignored by major award programs like the Emmys, the series was nominated for the American Film Institute for Drama Series of the Year. Geller was nominated for a Golden Globe. Television Critics Award nominated 5 times. Wow. Success of Buffy led to hundreds of tie-in products, including novels, comics, and video games. I don't think I remember any video game. That would be interesting. There are 6 video game adaptations from Buffy the Vampire Slayer that have been released. Although having been licensed as Buffy the Vampire Slayer merchandise, these games and spin-offs are generally not considered part of the Buffyverse canon. Let's see, you got one on Game Boy Color. Had one on Xbox. Really? Beat 'em up game? Okay, I can see that. GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, Buffy the Vampire, Chaos Bleed. Action beat 'em up game. The only multi DS. Huh. Chaos Bleed. I had the PlayStation 2 in this era. It was made by Vivendi. Okay. I've heard of Vivendi. Got some decent games. It was falling into parallel world. Honestly, it's got decent ratings. 73 out of 100. 72 out of 100. 75 out of 100. Not bad. GameSpot is usually where I went for game reviews. 8.2 out of 10. That's pretty good. That's not bad. IGN even has it 7.7. Huh. I'll be dang. Pretty good. Pretty good. I've never seen it. 2003. I was in high school. So it should have been the good timing for me. I think I was so into sports games at that point. The year I was born. Oh, God. Oh, God, I feel old. Buffy Slummers is the Slayer. One in a long line of young women chosen by fate and to battle evil forces. This mystical calling grants her powers that dramatically increase physical strength, endurance, agility, accelerated healing, intuition, and a limited degree of precognition, usually in the form of prophetic dreams. She is known as a reluctant hero who wants to live a normal life. However, she learns to embrace her destiny as the vampire slayer. Rotten Tomatoes, has its issues. It definitely, oh gosh, what's a good way to say this? They definitely have their favorites that they want to slant towards the top as certified fresh, and they will actually actively delete ratings to make it so. So take it with a grain of salt. Rotten Tomatoes does have quite a heavy bias. But audience score 92% for Buffy. Top critics 88%, all critics 85%. Generally a pretty great show. That's basically what I'm getting from that. How Buffy the Vampire Slayer transformed TV as we know it. 5 reasons the seminal teen series deserves just as much TV respect as The Sopranos. The WB debuted a low-budget comedy about a teen girl vampire slayer in the spring of '97. No one expected it to make much of an impression, let alone become a bona fide pop culture force. But since the launch of Buffy the Vampire Slayer 20 years ago, when was this? 2017. It's been even longer. TV has never quite been the same. When TV critic Emily declared in 2014 that 1999 had marked a turning point for television, it wasn't just because 99 was the year Sopranos debuted. It was also because 99 was when Buffy, starring plucky 90s darling Sarah Michelle Gellar, was at the height of powers during its excellent 3rd season. 99 was a year when I was not yet a professional TV critic, just a woman standing in front of a television show, begging everyone to love it. Every week I watched The Sopranos and Buffy. Wait, isn't that like Love Actually or something? I can't remember where that line is from. It is famous. Or, tweaks of it. Every week Notting Hill, that's it. Gosh. Yes, there is a Sailor Moon request, and welcome back, Will. Sopranos and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was an avid fan of both. What an interesting duo of shows there. That's so interesting. That's very funny. You can go further. We would argue you could say that essentially all of TV drama in 2017 is thanks to one of those 2 shows. Sopranos and Buffy didn't just change television, they blew up established formats, made the people who made TV rethink how they approach the medium. Good afternoon, good afternoon. But even now, 2 decades later, long after the show established itself as a TV classic, Buffy has yet to entirely get its due. Yeah, the show's title is a little goofy, and its cheesy effects haven't aged particularly well. That is true. And it's based on a truly regrettable movie, and some of Whedon's pop culture references have been lost to the mists of time. But Buffy is a genuine TV watershed, a landmark that deserves serious attention. Yeah, apparently the movie was not as good. Oof. 5.7 out of 10. Oh, gosh. That ain't good. Oof. Well, it happens. Interesting fact here, how Buffy the Vampire Slayer saved a youthful Pedro Pascal from homelessness. As well as repeatedly saving the world from the apocalypse, it turns out that Buffy also saved The Last of Us and Mandalorian star Pedro Pascal as well. He has shared that his role in a 1999 episode of cult teen fantasy show Buffy the Vampire Slayer saved him from being homeless and quitting acting. 48-year-old revealed that to Entertainment Tonight that without a residual check from Buffy, he would have had to exit the acting world. Last of Us star had just won Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in Drama Series SAG Award when he made the statement. My entry level lasted about 15 years. He said, going on to outline the extent at which he was financially unstable. We're talking about not being able to see a doctor, getting sick, getting a surgery, paying my rent when I had less than $7 in my account, and a residual from Buffy the Vampire Slayer showed up and saved the day. That's amazing. That is literally the reason I was able to stay in the world of acting and not. Pascal's role in the show, which ran from 1997 to 2003, has become a true queer classic thanks to its trailblazing portrayal of a lesbian relationship, was Edward, or Eddie. The character appeared in season 4's premiere, The Freshman, which aired in 1999. Eddie was a freshman at the University of California, Sunnydale, and an acquaintance of the aforementioned Buffy, played by Sarah Michelle Gellar. When Buffy notices Eddie is suspiciously absent from class, she goes looking for him and discovers he's been turned into a vampire Eddie tries to attack Buffy, but she stabs him with a stake, and like pretty much every single vampire in Sunnydale that went before him, he turned to dust. Pascal is still clearly thankful for the role. When mother met father, that's funny. Very interesting. Wow, that is so cool. That is really neat. Wait, how much was that residual check? That must have been a heck of a little payday there. I'm assuming they get more than... Assuming they get a cut of something, right? I don't even know how that works, really. They get a cut of something. I'm assuming it's not like they get paid forever, what they were getting paid for that one little guest appearance. Who knows? Maybe they did, but it seems like a decent amount of money. Who's a guest at the start of season 4. Yeah, that is really cool. What a wonderful story. For an actor who's now like the leading dude. He is the leading guy. Unbelievable how his career has just rocketed in the last couple of years. Buffy reruns used to be on constantly back then. That is true. How many seasons does Buffy got? 7. Ooh, that is a good number. A lot of episodes to rerun too. Absolute wow. Let's go ahead and jump to the second video. I have to keep an eye on the clock. Haruka, Tenno, and Mishiru Iowa. Oh gosh, I totally destroyed that. You Raise Me Up. It is the Sailor Moon edit. I'm assuming this is from the original. I'm not exactly sure if there was a difference between what originally aired and then what was aired internationally. I'm not sure if it's the same show or whatnot, but let's go ahead and jump into this. I didn't really watch it either. Obviously I knew of it. It was huge. Huge. The amount of merchandise and like school materials that had Sailor Moon on it, like binders and folders and planners and pencils, erasers that were Sailor Moon and everything. Like, I remember this one pencil, it had the little like moon at the end for the eraser, which was completely impractical because it like broke instantly. But just a ton of merch. Obviously, a lot of people watched. American version was censored, especially their relationship. Found that out when I was getting links for you. Wow. Yeah, I got that article pulled up. Thanks for the shout out to Jace for getting the links for this. This is such a beautiful song. The version I'm familiar with, obviously, is Josh Groban. What a singer.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart
I like your hands.
then I am still and wait
Now I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it. I'm putting the two together.
Until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me
I feel like I should have a lighter or something.
to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up
Change it to like the candlelight setting.
more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Oh, bed talk.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
You are welcome.
You raise me up to more than I can be.
Wow, this was really epic. Good Lord. Whoa. That was a great edit. That was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Wow. The song just, boom, hit it. The crescendo is gorgeous. The song is gorgeous. But the video went so well with it. Oh my gosh. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original edit. Go throw it some much deserved love. I don't know if they have any other edits on their channel, but go check it out. Good grief. That was wonderful. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. American version tried to say they were cousins. It's not very surprising. Song was perfect for them. Song is amazing, but the video, perfect. Let's go ahead and pull up some more information. Honestly, I have no idea. I knew there was other people in Sailor Moon, other characters, other titular characters. I just didn't know anything about it. Obviously, I've seen Sailor Moon about 80 gazillion times in my life, but I knew nothing of the show. Literally nothing. Other than the fact that pretty much every person in the school was talking about it, that was into that sort of thing, but I just never checked it out. I don't know what I was watching at this point. Let me look. Let me look at the years here. Originally translated as Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon and later as Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, Japanese manga series, written and illustrated. I'm not even going to try that name because I'm going to screw it up. It was in a magazine from 91 to 97. Originally, the 60 individual chapters, later reorganized into 52, along with several side stories, were compiled in 18 volumes. The series follows the adventure of a schoolgirl as she transforms into the eponymous. Boy, I have come across this word twice today, and I've never used it. Eponymous character to search for a magical artifact, legendary silver crystal. She leads a group of comrades. Okay, those are the others. Sailor soldiers, called Sailor Guardians in later editions, as they battle against villains to prevent the theft of the silver crystal and the destruction of the solar system. So they're trying to save the solar system by finding this crystal before somebody else gets it or destroys it. Well, I guess gets it. Destroying the solar system. It was adapted into an anime series and broadcast in Japan from 92 to 97. I was pretty young during that stretch. A live-action television adaptation? Really? Huh. 2003 to 2004. The entire series has been licensed by Viz Media for an English language release in North America. Since its release, Sailor Moon has received universal acclaim with praise for its art, characterization, and humor. Manga has sold over 46 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling manga series, as well as one of the best-selling JoJo manga series of all time. Where does it rank? Go ahead and get around here. Sailor Moon. Average sales per volume, 2.5 million. 15 volumes. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's there. It's in the running. The franchise has also generated $2.5 billion US dollars in worldwide merchandise sales. The merchandise was hot and it was everywhere. That is a fact. Gosh, I just remember seeing it so much. Shirts, shorts, pencils, erasers, everything, like lunch boxes. This was back in the time when I, was a kid, so lunch boxes and whatnot. Water bottles, everything. It was just everywhere. One day in Juban, Tokyo, a middle school student befriends Luna, a talking black cat. The black cat was everywhere too. It was on every piece of merch I could see. Who gives her a magical brooch, enabling her to transform into Sailor Moon, a guardian destined to save Earth from the forces of evil. Luna and Usagi assemble a team of fellow Sailor Guardians to find their princess and the silver crystal. They encounter the studious Ami, who awakens as Sailor Mercury, and a local shrine maiden who awakens as Sailor Mars. Oh, that's Sailor Mercury. I have heard those names. Makoto, a tall and strong transfer student who awakens as Sailor Jupiter. Young aspiring idol who had awakened as Sailor Venus, which looks oddly familiar to Sailor Moon. Cedo mask. Oh, I've seen that character. In the first arc, the group battles the Dark Kingdom. Those members attempt to find the Silver Crystal. I'm having such nostalgia right now. Shoujo is teenage young girls. Shonen is teenage young boys. Oh, okay. Appreciate the context there. There's an Umbrella Academy Season 4 final season teaser releasing tomorrow. Nice. Those members attempt to find the Silver Crystal and free an imprisoned evil entity called Queen Narratria. Usagi and her team discover that in their previous lives, they were members of an ancient moon kingdom in a period of time called the Silver Millennium. The Dark Kingdom waged war against them, destroying the Moon Kingdom. Ruler Queen Serenity sent her daughter Princess Serenity, makes sense, right? Reincarnated as Usagi, along with her protectors, the Sailor Guardians, their feline advisors, Luna and Artemis, and the princess's true love, Prince Eddie-Mion, who in turn was reborn as Momoru. There's so many arcs. I didn't realize it. After working on the 1991 manga Miracle Girl. Oh, you can kind of see a resemblance there. Just a little bit. Redeveloped Sailor Moon for a 91 serial, codenamed Sailor V. Yeah, there's a little bit of the third arc's where you should look. Third arc introduces car racer Hokura and violinist Mishiru, who appear as Sailor Uranus, Sailor Neptune, whose duty is to guard the Sailor... Why am I not being able to read right now? Whose duty is to guard the solar system against external threats. Physics student Setsuna, Sailor Pluto's reincarnation, joins Uranus and Neptune in their mission to kill a mysterious girl named Taru, whom they identify as the Guardian of Destruction. However, when Saturn awakens, she joins the final fight against the main antagonist of the arc, the Deathbusters. What a great name. Sacrificing her life in the process. Ooh. With her newly obtained powers as Super Sailor Moon, Usagi restores the Earth. Utaru is reincarnated as a baby. A fascinating story. So they were assuming Sailor Saturn was just going to destroy everything. And turns out, no, that was not the case. That would have been such a good turn. Oh my gosh. Such a good turn in the show. To have like just a mission to kill, and then you just reveal it that, nope, he's actually on your side. That would have been an excellent episode or whatever. That's really neat that it's basically reworked in a little ways. You can definitely see the art style is the same, similar. Actually, I want to read about individual characters, and then we're going to touch on the censorship that happened in North America. Sailor Uranus is a fictional lead character in the Sailor Moon media franchise. Alternate identity is Ruka. Renamed Amara in some English. Teenage Japanese student and race car driver. Member of the Sailor Guardians. Protects the solar system from evil. Fights alongside her partner and lover, Sailor Neptune. Sailor Uranus possesses powers associated with the wind and sky, precognition, as well as sword combat. Stubborn and protective individual, as well as strong-willed, capable, charming, and occasionally even daring. Formally introduced in the third story arc, which we read. Though she appears in silhouette alongside Sailor Neptune in the final episode of Sailor Moon R, she's the tallest of the Sailor Guardians at 5'11". Race car driver, even though she's barely 16 at her first appearance. However, the timing of her birthday to the Japanese school year means she is one grade ahead of the Sailor Guardians. Loves to tease pretty girls. In the manga, she even kisses Usagi. Throughout the manga, she lightly flirts with Usagi. either out of habit in her first appearance or just for fun. And eventually Usagi flirts back. The relationship in the anime is different, as Haruka often refers to Usagi as Odango or Dumpling. Dumpling's a good name. In the same way Tuxedo Mask does, as a playful nickname. By the time she returns in Sailor Stars, however, she begins to refer to Usagi as Kitten. Whoa, that's a bit of an upgrade from Dumpling, I think. Bit of an upgrade, a little tweak there. Fun fact, the author of Sailor Moon married the author of Hunter x Hunter. What? Wow. I've heard of Hunter x Hunter before. I never actually seen anything about it, but I've heard about it. Complicates the perception of her gender by appearing as a tuxedo mask instead of a Sailor Guardian in her first appearance. This form is never mentioned again. Interesting. Characters do most often reference Haruka as her in the English translation. However, after Hotaru reawakens as Sailor Saturn in episode 2, she refers to Haruka as Daddy Haruka. I'm confused, but I'm intrigued. Sailor Neptune is a fictional lead character, obviously. Introduced in the third story arc. Red. Sailor Neptune fights alongside her partner and lover. This is almost like they just copy-pasted and just changed the names a little bit. In both versions of the story, she is portrayed... is that a lawnmower? Sounds like an airplane. In both versions of the story, she is portrayed as elegant, sophisticated, capable of sharp anger, occasionally cold, and fully dedicated to her duty. She possesses powers associated with the sea, precognition, which she shares with Saturn, as well as powers granted by her magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? She is portrayed as a very polite, calm character in the series. She dislikes being patronized, even if not doing so would hurt her feelings, and subsequently will not indulge people. It's alluded to in her backstory, explaining that she was congenial but not generally social. Also graceful and delicate. So kind of the yin to the yang there of Saturn. Or, excuse me, Uranus. Very interesting. Deeply artistic. Sailor soldier most associated with the arts. Known skills include the violin. That was probably in the beginning there. Swimming and painting of all her skills. Her strongest is violinist, which is also her greatest dream. She likes all her classes, especially music. Belongs to the music club. She also dislikes sea cucumbers. So if you're not a fan of sea cucumbers, you share something in common. Let's get into this censoring because it's interesting. American censorship of Sailor Moon is way worse than you remember. Fighting evil, like censorship, by moonlight. English dub of Sailor Moon was heavily censored, diluting the series' key themes, removing references to death. Really? And toning down LGBTQ+ representation. Made various changes to the original series, including changing Serena's name, and adding the segment Sailor's Set. Sailor Moon found new life with Sailor Moon Crystal, which restored the original themes and introduced new voice actors. The debate continues between fans of the original dub and the other, more newer dub. Naoko's story of teenage girls was unlike anything that had and easier to read. Anything that had come before, it definitely blended elements of the series Super Sentai with the more standard tropes of shoujo manga, leading to a unique hybrid. It continues to inspire various animated projects, including Pixar's Turning Red. It was one of the first anime series alongside Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon that US viewers became fans of in the 90s. Gosh, they were all huge. All huge. But the English dubs of the series would not go out of their way to make things more palatable to palatable to American audiences. I guess both kind of apply. Putting out references to death, which, what? How many other kid shows had death in it? It makes no sense. As well as excess violence and sexual subject matter. Excess violence. Was it like super gory or something like that? Like, what was excess about it? I was watching like Batman and whatnot, which had like beat 'em ups. You know, I guess it didn't have a lot of blood in it or any sort of like limbs being ripped off. Isn't Super Sentai the show Power Rangers was based on, used footage from? I think so. I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure. Yeah, definitely. I would say 100% yes. Shoujo can be really brutal at times. Okay. While sometimes this was necessary, see the infamous episode of Pokemon that only aired once in Japan. Censors would often take things to the extreme, creating a transmogrification, whoa, what a word, of the series due to westernization and conservative norms. Sailor Moon was a strong case for this, as its original English dub was extremely edited to the point where some of the series' key themes were diluted. Let's see. Segment entitled Sailor Says, where the Sailor Scouts would impart lessons to viewers. That was huge. That was huge in shows back then, especially towards kids. They would always have some sort of moral or lesson to learn at the end of the episode. It seems like they were all written like that. I kind of liked it, honestly. I don't mind it. It can be a little preachy, but they were usually very good lessons. They were usually pretty good. They weren't usually anything too crazy, you know, like be kinder to people. Respect your elders or something. I don't know. Like it was very, very bland lessons, but still good lessons. The company took a similar approach with Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, so it only makes sense it would try the same approach for Moon. Some of the U.S. censorship, however, was frankly ridiculous. Chief among the censorship was the removal of death scenes. Instead, the evil Queen Barrel's minions were sent to the Megaverse? What the heck is that? This didn't make any sense, as for one, the Sailor Scouts' attacks were fairly destructive. Sailor Mars summons a flaming arrow, and Sailor Jupiter can manifest a dragon composed entirely of lightning. So there isn't much left in the way of monsters' bodies, but most important, the fact that the Negaverse is Barrel's domain, therefore sending her minions back would only empower them. Yeah, that's kind of true. Unless they just sent them back dead, I guess. Honestly, if you want to get around that, you should just fade to white, right? Attack, boom, fade to white. And that's a death scene. And it's not even brutal or whatever. And you can just leave it up for interpretation. If that wasn't bad enough, the fifth and final season of Sailor Moon never aired in the U.S. Due to Minako, aka Sailor Venus, having fantasies about her favorite band, the Three Lights, as men. Takuchi was never shy about exploring LGBTQ plus themes in the manga, so it would only make sense those themes would appear in the anime. American censors would scramble to tone down those elements to align with more Western binary thoughts and norms, but that wasn't the only infamous example of attempts to rewrite. Sailor Moon progressed, more Sailor Scouts beyond the core 5 would be introduced. 2 of those scouts were Sailor Neptune and Sailor Uranus. The 2 were as different as night and day. Were refined violinist, while Haruka was a confident, outgoing race car driver. But the biggest revelation came from the fact that 2 were lovers, making them the first lesbian couple in Sailor Moon. It wasn't the first time the series featured a same-sex relationship. The Dark Kingdom generals Zoisite and Kunzite were shown to be in a relationship, with Kunzite mourning Zoisite after Beryl executed him for attempting to kill Tuxedo Mask. Censorship could be felt the heaviest here in the U.S. version of Sailor Moon, with Zoisite being referred to as a woman, even having a female voice actress, while Neptune and Uranus were referred to as cousins, as Jace said earlier. Caused a sharp debate among Sailor Moon fans that exists to this day. Some fans prefer the dub due to the fact that it was their introduction to Sailor Moon. Get kind of a nostalgic feel for it, I guess. While others have balked at the egregious changes that scrubbed out a great deal of representation at a time when most fans could have used it. For a time, the dub was the only way for Sailor Moon fans to engage with the show, but all that changed in 2018. Pretty amazing how they came out with a different series or dub of it. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Now you get your pick of the litter. You can have both. How about that? Pretty amazing. But yeah, that's not surprising at all, honestly. Truly not surprising. But yeah, that's really, if it's gonna be in the manga, it's gonna be in the anime. Like, how would you not expect that? But that's really cool that they redid it and redubbed it a little bit, and created it back to its former glory, or its original glory, I guess. Former glory was different. Was definitely different. Cousins. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy. But that was the world back then, that was the world back then. Let's go ahead and shift over to video 3, I believe. Beetlejuice, the official trailer. This was actually posted in the Discord, and then commented, "Hey, don't watch this. I'm going to request it." So here we go. We're watching it. We're finally watching it. It should come out soon, I think, right? Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Here's a preview. Be warned, it's intense.
It's a weird cover of this song.
Can't believe Grandpa's dead.
Death is hard.
Yeah, sometimes I think life is harder.
When I was a teenager, a trickster demon terrorized our entire family.
September 6th?
And tried to force me to marry him.
Love how
I believed
Tim
he was
Burton.
gone
Nice.
forever until you
I
found
love how
this
Jenna
in the
Ortega's
attic.
just kind of
Who's Beetlejuice?
the go-to in these darker films.
Don't ever say that
Shows.
name.
Beetlejuice.
No, Astrid, I am serious. If you say his name 3 times, he will appear.
Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose. I'm gonna make you so happy.
Wednesday to Beetlejuice, right? She's almost like this generation's Elena Bonham Carter, I think is her name.
That's what we're here to find out.
Obviously not to that level, but seemingly always in these kinds of pictures.
Where's Beetlejuice?
Where's Beetlejuice?
Willem Dafoe is such a good actor. Oh my gosh.
Beetlejuice.
Feel free to express yourselves. Don't be afraid.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Really? Is this a figment of your imagination?
Musical's one of my faves, underrated musicals of all times. I don't think I've heard any of the. I didn't even know there was a musical. That looks fantastic. It truly does look fantastic. Oh my gosh. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original trailer. You can go throw it some love. I'm sure it's getting a lot of love because it's been, what, 30 years after that show or that movie came out? I honestly think I would need to rewatch the first one because it's been a while. I don't know if I even remember the plot of the first one, to be brutally honest. I watched it very long time ago, and I was super young, and it scared the ever-loving hell out of me. It scared the heck out of me. I would definitely need to watch it. Wasn't sure if it was bannable or not. Definitely bannable, because I guess what those stars mean, or the asterisks, is that they tried to post a link, which allowed in the chat, other than the official links. Beetlejuice Beetlejuice is an upcoming American fantasy horror comedy directed by Tim Burton. Screenplay, writing team of Alfred Goh and are based on a story by Joel Millar and Seth Grahame-Smith. Sequel to Beetlejuice, 1988. So that came out a year before I was born. In the second film in the Beetlejuice franchise, it stars Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara reprising their roles, alongside new cast members Jenna Ortega, Monica Bellucci. Wow. William Dafoe. What a great actor. A great actor. Gosh. Yeah. Okay. That's amazing they got the original group back together. That is so cool. Scheduled to theatrically release in the United States, December 6, 2024. Michael Keaton's such a good actor. Yeah, I don't remember much of the original. I would have to rewatch it. I have no idea how it stands up today's time, how the effects or whatever stand up. I'm assuming it's a little campy, if you will. Danny DeVito has been cast in an undisclosed role. All right, nice. 1990, Tim Burton hired Jonathan Gems to write a Beetlejuice sequel titled Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian. Tim thought it would be funny to match the surfing backdrop of a beach movie with some sort of German expressionism because they're totally wrong together. The story followed the Dietz family moving to Hawaii, where Charles is developing a resort. What? Oh my gosh. Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder agreed to do the film on the condition that Burton directed. They want to keep the magic going, which I get. Main kid, aka Lydia, passing the torch to the next. Right. Both he and Keaton became occupied with Batman Returns. Well, that's right. Burton was still interested in Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian in early 91. Went through a rewrite. Approached Kevin Smith to rewrite in 96. So it just kept going and going and going. Smith turned down the offer in favor of Superman Lives. Oh, the script was owned by a company. It would likely to never get made. Couldn't really do it now anyway. Winona's too old for the role. Burton had considered several other sequel ideas as well over the years, saying in 2024, this year, we talked about lots of different things. That was early on when we were going Beetlejuice and the Haunted Mansion. Beetlejuice Goes West, whatever. Lots of things came up. That's crazy how they were just continually talking about it years and decades, and it finally got greenlit. In 2019, Warner Brothers stated the sequel had been shelved. Like, they were trying to get this thing off the ground for years. Wow. February 2022, a sequel was announced again, this time produced by Brad Pitt's studio, Plan B Entertainment, alongside Warner Brothers. Originally, Burton was not involved. All right, so what do we know? What do we know? I mean, it's also Tim Burton. He has some pull in Hollywood. Right. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Hopefully you had the good sense to not read the quote out loud. Okay. But if you did, then you may be getting a visit from a sleazy poltergeist pretty soon. Legendary auteur filmmaker Tim Burton had a niche following in his early days. Right. I love how I read that right after I did. Having directed numerous short films, a TV movie, and a featured directional debut with Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, Tim Burton became a household name with the release of Beetlejuice, one of the most iconic horror comedies ever made. Though the story mainly follows a recently deceased ghost couple as they try to scare away a dysfunctional family from their own home, the film is named after and remembered for the film's villain, the character Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton was a stand-up comedian in his early days? What? I did not know that. Talks of a sequel. We went through that. Beetlejuice 2 is finally happening after years in development hell, as we went over, with Tim Burton set to return to the spooky and surreal world of his breakout franchise, along with original star Michael Keaton and Wednesday standout Jenna Ortega. Now titled Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, the long-awaited sequel is finally starting to ramp up its marketing campaign. To find out more, here's everything we know. That's such a cool poster. That is a terrifying poster, and I love it. December 6th of this year. I feel like this one's going to do well. I feel like it's going to do very well. I've got some things to say about Hollywood. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Since the Beetlejuice franchise is so well known for its creepy visuals and spooky atmospheres, it makes sense to think that Warner Bros. Would be looking to release Beetlejuice 2 in the fall. Makes sense, right? Closer to October, the better. Oh my gosh. It would almost be perfect if it released in October. Oh my. Could you imagine a midnight release of Beetlejuice Beetlejuice on Halloween? That would just be perfect. Be premiering exclusively in movie theaters, as it should. Theaters are still amazing. I just went to one for, gosh, what did I watch? It was The Strangers, Chapter 1. Just still such a fun experience. It gets you out of the house. It's usually very comfortable chairs. The one that I went to had those little automatic, like lazy boy, like kick your feet out kind of chairs. It was super nice. It is definitely expensive. I will say that. You better bring out a personal loan or something to go to a movie theater. But once you do and you go deeply into debt, it's totally worth it. Once its theatrical window ends, it will inevitably be available to stream on Warner Brothers Discovery's streaming service, Max. Following the release of the film's most recent trailer, Warner Brothers Discovery also outlined the film's full theatrical release plan, including news that will be available to watch in IMAX internationally beginning September 4th. So it will be released only in theaters and IMAX nationwide in the US September 6th. September 4th, it'll be available internationally. So you get it a couple days earlier. Will be one of the first big films of the fall season, leading to a fairly strong September lineup. The film will be releasing ahead of James McAvoy horror remake Speak No Evil, Transformers prequel Transformers 1, and the ambitious new DreamWorks film The Wild Robot. God, they're releasing another Transformers film? What is happening? What is happening? I get they do numbers, but oh my God. How many is it at this point in that series? Being disabled, I have a pass for cheaper tickets, including a friend. Oh, that's so nice. That's really nice. I typically go on... That is very helpful. I typically go on... There's 2 different days. So one day, it is cheaper beer, which is always nice. And then the other day, it's cheaper tickets. I think the tickets are like $5 US dollars or something like that, $5.95 or something. Pretty good, not bad. As opposed to what, $13 US usually. You get a pretty steep discount on those. But then again, the seats are packed on those days because everybody wants those. Look closely and you might even catch a glimpse of Danny DeVito as a ghostly janitor, effectively meaning the movie will function as a Batman Returns reunion for him, Keaton, and Burton. That's pretty cool. Very neat. Obviously, Jenna Ortega is going to bring in some viewers for reasons. Obviously, Tim Burton's making it, which is good. You want the original people in it as much as humanly possible. That's why the remake of Ghostbusters didn't go very well in 2016, but the most recent ones have been doing pretty dang well because they incorporated the original cast in it. Obviously, without Harold Ramis, although it had like, I don't even know what it was, like CGI version of him, which was pretty cool and creepy at the same time. But those have been doing so much better with Paul Rudd and whatnot. It's just ties so much closer to the originals. And you bring in the fans from yesteryear into the new. Always handy to boost numbers, right? It's all about boosting those numbers. Obviously, this is going to do so much better having Burton and all the original cast, or most of the original cast, in there. Pretty fantastic. I will say this. I am looking forward to this because it is a sequel from yesteryear, but the overall picture of Hollywood right now is pretty bleak. There's a few bright spots. Number one being Studio A24, or A24 Films, where they release original, they basically release the videos and films that Hollywood would have taken a chance on years ago that no longer want to take a chance on because who knows if they're going to be successful. You know, they're all about making money and profits, and they're not willing to take a chance on a good, well-made potential hit of a film. So that's why you see a lot of 30-year-old, 20-year-old content being reimagined, rebaked, sequels, trilogies from yesteryear, and it says a lot. Like, they are scared. They are scared to take a risk, which is a shame because there's so much money running through there, and it's not like they're going broke. They're not going broke. They have money to spend, but they're just terrified they're not going to make $100 million on a. I mean, what a shame it would be to make $25 million or $10 million on a movie, and it's still a success, still a profit. So A24 is one of those studios that kind of raised its chin a little bit, and it's just like, oh yeah, you don't want to make these good films, these original films. Look at Everything Everywhere All at Once. That won 7 Oscars. 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. That's an A24 film. Crazy. They produced Euphoria. Obviously, you've heard of it with Zendaya. A24 has developed a reputation as a powerhouse in independent film with a passionate fan base. Projects also have major influence on style and contemporary horror and art house films, among areas. Known for the originality and artistic style of films it produces, generally shunning the style of films produced or released by the major film studios. This is what we need more of. This is what we need more of. These independent film production units. What do you want to call them? Yeah, film production unit, whatever. Film production companies that are willing to take risks. Maybe it won't be a blockbuster hit, or maybe it'll be Everything Everywhere All at Once and win 7 Oscars. It's just, we need more of this. We need more originality. We need more stories. We need more risks being taken. We don't have to relive the 90s or the 80s. I loved it. I love that time. The content back then was great, fantastic, but we don't have to stay there. We can move on. We can come up with original stuff. Places like A24, I always look for them because if it's not a great movie, it's going to be at least a decent movie. It's going to be original. It's going to be different. Something to check out. Yeah, they are fantastic. They are fantastic. They've been putting out some unbelievable content. I would highly recommend checking out everything that they've done, put together, or been involved in, because usually it's good. Usually it's good. I haven't had any massive, that was a total miss. Moonlight, you might have heard of that. Heard of Moonlight? They bought the rights to Ex Machina. Lady Bird, Bo Burnham's 8th Grade. Moonlight scoring a 99 out of 100. Everything Everywhere All at Once, obviously, was a big one. You can literally see them all here. Spring Breakers. Yeah, they're usually very original. A lot of them are horror-ish based. But hey, not bad. If you're into that, you're definitely going to love most of them. I think I've heard of this one. I think I've heard of it. Sea of Trees. That was, oh God, that was a crazy one. That was with Matthew McConaughey about the ending yourself forest in Japan. It was very powerful. Moonlight obviously won a bunch of awards. But yeah, you can check these out. It's a huge list. It's getting longer, just scrolling for endlessly. But yeah, go ahead and check it out. It's amazing. Let's go ahead and skip on to the next video entitled Hope and Lizzie Home from the show Legacies, Season 3, Episode 6. I think it is Legacies. Although I keep saying Vampire Diaries like names, and I always get it wrong. It could be the originals, it could be Vampire Diaries, it could be Legacies.
Better question. Who are you?
It's a long story.
I am watching the time. I'm trying to hurry up a little bit. I just looked at it, and I was like, oh, better move on.
Andrea Michelson. This is my purse. We can alter it to fit you. It's gorgeous.
Appreciate it, Jace.
She should feel amazing. Just let it out. The real way. You're never too overwhelmed. You know that feeling inside, like a balloon, constantly filling up, always on the verge of popping? Maybe. We'll let it pop. Scream.
Legacy's the one with Klaus's daughter, Hope, and the twins.
What was that? Do you have to have another one of your yelling and hopeless moments?
It's nothing, I'm fine.
Hey, are you okay?
Stay back! It's fine, it'll pass!
What do we do? Do we need to do the yelling in the woods thing?
You need to help your moral support, so don't screw it up. Hope, stay calm.
Oh, this came for you.
All right, commence Operation Rescue Hope from herself. I know that you don't want to hear this right now, but... Wait, what?
I'm in.
If she still wants to kill me, the safest place I can be is right here next to you.
Thanks for coming back.
Like I had a choice. You have no
Solid logic.
Okay.
Lizzie! We get it, Hope. You're back. Don't disappear again.
So much. Thank God. I had a crush on Josie for a week when we were 14.
Read my lips. The two of you are never happening.
I spent my whole life pushing people. And I'm about to change that by going after the man that I love. So sorry, but I have a best We don't exist for just
I don't know what that was, but that looked like a very like film
And we don't
noir
exist for just one boy.
kind of episode.
I
Black
thought
and
you had a
white.
bus to catch.
Maybe that's a filter.
I want to be with
No,
the man
that
that
looks
I
like
love
it was
more than I
shot.
want anything. But I couldn't get on that bus if it meant an innocent person had to die.
That is
You
such
can tell by the hair.
Let me guess. You're saying a word right now.
Yes, what does it mean?
Say the word. I will tell you.
Did you do Black and White episode? Nice. Reminds me of
What is
Sin
wrong
City.
with you? Do you really have that much of a martyr complex that you couldn't just, I don't know, ask one of us how we were doing?
Look, I know that it seems kind of
dumb, selfish, controlling,
painful.
No one's been better off without you.
So with a father and a grandfather like mine, I'm probably not immune to these issues myself. I don't take it lightly, and I would never make fun of you for it.
But I'm glad to have you back.
Wow. Obviously, a bit of a tense relationship at times. Good grief. Link down below in the original, or excuse me, link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw out some much deserved love. Obviously, they didn't see eye to eye on everything, as most people don't. But obviously, there was a very strong connection there. Wanting to see each other be safe. If you're into the ship, want to see each other. Period. But Go ahead and look up some information really quick. I am keeping an eye. It is going to be close. It is going to be very close. Let's go ahead and look at some more. I would prefer Hope Josie, but Hope and Lizzie going from enemies to friends was great. Always such a... Because it usually don't get enemies to friends. It's always such an interesting story arc. Usually it's friends to lovers or something. But enemies to friends is always good. Spin-off of the originals, part of the Vampire Diaries universe. 17-year-old Hope Michelson, continuing the role she originated in the 5th and final season of the originals. So it only lasted 4 seasons. That's not good. But it ended on 20 episodes. How does that make sense? Hope's endgame was Landon. Wish Josie had a better endgame. Lizzie's was... Legacies follows Hope, the daughter of Klaus and Haley, who is descended from some of the most powerful vampire, werewolf, and witch bloodlines. 2 years after the events of the original, 17-year-old Hope attends a Salvatore school for the young and gifted. The school provides a haven where supernatural beings can learn to control their abilities and impulses. I always think of Professor Xavier. I always think of the X-Men whenever I hear the school for the young and the gifted. Training yourself. It's so odd that it went up to 20 episodes and then wasn't continuing on. It was announced that the 4th season would be its final. So maybe they were able to bargain for more episodes to kind of close up the story. I don't know. CW, that's how. Right. Very true. It would have gotten 2 seasons if it was on Netflix. Yeah, they managed to close everything off. Well, that's nice. That is appreciated. I hate it when shows get canceled at the end of a season when they had no idea it was coming and nothing is closed off. And you're just like, now I'm just stuck in this purgatory of these characters and I don't know what happens. None of us know. And then we have to listen to interviews and try to piece things together, you know, detective style. Very annoying. Hope, a teenaged orphan and student at the Salvatore school, who was descended from some of the blah, 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 making her the first tribrid. Character was introduced in the originals. Josie, a witch and student at the Salvatore... Wait, this was lit. Witch and student at the Salvatore school. She is Alaric's 15-year-old daughter, Josie's twin, and was named after Elizabeth Forbes, mother of the twins' surrogate mother, as Luke said. Caroline. Lizzie is narcissistic and prone to emotional meltdowns. Oof, that's a tough friendship. That's a tough friendship right there. If they're only thinking about themselves and going to have emotional meltdown. That is tough. That's going to take it out on you. But I'm sure she's a wonderful person beyond that, and that's what makes it easy. Ooh, that's going to, you know, wear and tear a little bit. Including a Klaus cameo, the originals cast returning, but no Elijah, no Josie, who after season 3 early season 4, better than nothing. It also brought back Caroline from TVD in the final episode. It's amazing. That's cool. That's really neat how they did all that. Kind of put a nice bow on it. The character was introduced in the Vampire Diaries as a baby and toddler, and then a young teen in the originals. Josie left after season 3 is what I meant. Oh, MG Milton. Works as Alaric's student aide. Later briefly dates Caleb's sister in season 2, but continues to love. Love at a distance. Love from far. Gosh. Being young and in love, that is not a game for the weary. But we all go through it, right? And we survive. We go through it and survive. Hope Michelson, granddaughter of Ansel Alden. Whole lot of information here, a lot of names, Wow, that was quick. She's 5'3", in case you wanted to know. Tribrid. Turned by herself in spring of 2031. Transition initiated by Freya with her consent as a fully activated tribrid. Lizzie, one of the twin daughters of Alaric and Josette. Due to Josette's death, she was carried via surrogacy by Caroline. Her existence was revealed in Let Her Go by Kai, the baby's uncle. However, in I'll Wed You in the Golden Summertime, Kai stabs Jo in the abdomen multiple times, killing her and supposedly killing the twins. However, in Best Served Cold, it was revealed that the Gemini Coven transferred the twins into Caroline's womb. Since then, she has been raised by both Alaric and Caroline. Wow, that's crazy. Try to stab somebody and kill the twins. That's wild. That's wild. My ship I wanted for Josie was Penelope. Would have been a great enemies to lovers story. Penelope was great, sassy, but was in like 9 episodes in season 1. I even think there was a kiss between Josie and Penelope, but Pen disappeared. It's too bad. Almost like the writers tried it out and then they were just like, nope. Throw it away. Boy, the amount of information in Lizzie's as opposed to Hope's wiki here is unbelievable. Wow. Lizzie and Hope, friends, former frenemies, classmates, allies, and desired lovers by some. As you can tell, I'm pretty new to the whole ship thing. Like, that was not something I ever put much thought into. I guess I just kind of absorb content, kind of let it go. But obviously, I'm getting more and more used to it and into it. Yet the fans wanted it from what I've seen about. Hate when a show disappears a character, like how Danny vanished from Teen Wolf. Yeah, that's too bad. I think Lizzie is liked because she has a bipolar or personality disorder. And the awareness and education people absorbed from her great. Okay, that's a little nugget of knowledge there. That's cool. Character growth was great. I guess you could say Charlie from Supernatural was basically disappeared. Just killed her off, like, out of nowhere, apparently. Whoop, gone. All right, we've had enough. What's interesting is they don't put a lot of information in Hope and Lizzie here. Just listed. Kind of interesting. I would assume it would have gotten quite a bit of paragraphs. Although people describe Lizzie's personality and possibly even her appearance compared to being a mean girl, she is a beautiful young woman with light skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair. Wait, what does being a mean girl have to do with light skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair? What? How is that related at all? I have to remember this is written by viewers. Lizzie appears to be a typical high school mean girl. Underneath bubbles a darkness that cannot go undressed. Given both her sinister lineage and the questionable biology that accompanies it, Lizzie possesses the power to render great harm unto the world if her behavior continues to go unchecked. She shows signs of mood swings, self-absorption, and over-possessiveness. Honestly, it just sounds like she's a kid. That's literally just sounds like she's a kid. I assume the info was in there, but at least we have Luke for context. Yeah, absolutely. Kudos to Luke. Shout out to Jace for finding the links. for everything for this stream. Ultimately, Lizzie's attachment to the superficial that will prevent her from doing the introspection necessary to avert the breakdown clearly on the horizon. Yeah, that's kind of brutal. I don't know if you've ever come across somebody that can't introspect or look into themselves or personality or the behaviors. It is brutal. Almost like you're talking to a wall on occasion because they're just not able to grasp it or look inward on themselves. Always outward. It's always exterior. That is so brutal. I'm sure people in the YouTube comments can correct me. I'm going off memory. Yeah, absolutely. If you have any sort of context, please let us know in the comments. Always enjoy reading the comments. Always. Even the, YouTube does a really good job at filtering out some of like the quote unquote nonsense or hate, if you will, or harassment or whatnot. Every once in a while, some of the criticisms get through, and that doesn't bother me at all. As long as you're criticizing, I don't know, the content or whatever, it doesn't bother me at all. If you're going to be outwardly angry towards me or whatever, I usually just delete the comment or just hide you from the channel. But it's like 1 per every 1,000 comments. Like, it is nowhere near an overwhelming amount. People are generally positive, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you being positive and having your little disagreements or, different opinions in the comments, not making it personal. That's super cool. I love it. Criticism is fine in the sense of discussion, but not actually hating the person who made an OG point video edit. Right. There's quite a difference in that. Exactly. Discussions are normal. We should definitely be having discussion. You can have it in the Discord. Hey, plug in the Discord. You can have it in the Discord. Link everywhere on the website, in the YouTube description. Also on the Twitch channel. Go ahead and join today. It is free and open to the public. Please join and make your discussion or your opinions known. Let's go ahead and jump into the final video. We might be able to get this done. Maybe. All right. It is Never After, but the authors forget context. This is Dimension20. I'm not sure how long this is, but I assume it's like 10 minutes.
Welcome to Dimension20. We've gone hard Christian.
Ooh, it's going to be close.
I hope you didn't stray off the path to get them.
Oh, okay, Grandma, I did. But it's because I followed a caterpillar that was chasing a butterfly, which actually is...
Sorry, a caterpillar was chasing a butterfly?
Caterpillar was chasing a butterfly?
Yep. I
guess sort of how?
Well, I think they were friends, right? And one had turned into a butterfly first, so the butterfly was...
Oh, so this is a tragedy. This is a full tragedy.
Candlewick, a bubblegum baking sounds delicious, and as someone who does not defecate, I'm all about it.
Yeah, this is my new face now, I guess.
What you said hurt my feelings.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can see that.
My name is Minerva, and I can't get my daughters married for the fucking life of me.
Let's go to work.
You guys gotta get the fuck out of here. You see that, Aaron? I could fuck it up, but you guys are toast.
Bother. Don't curse here.
There are multiple children present.
Yeah.
I'm young.
Hey, if you could...
Sips whiskey.
Are you all right?
What a question. I mean, I don't think so.
I am going to...
Good news is the interview is via Zoom, so I don't have to go anywhere.
Hmm? In what way?
Give her we love Daddy, we hate Daddy. We love Daddy.
Love Daddy, hate Daddy.
Oof. Jester?
How do wolves like sex?
How do they like sex?
Huff and puff and rough.
I'm afraid that may have been eavesdropping.
Why'd you look at me?
She goes,
I barely said that one.
you're kind of a professional eavesdropper.
It's kind of your
We all know
word.
you peeps.
Does it smell like the blood of a stepmother, or a godmother, or a mother, or a grandmother, or a maiden, or a crone?
Smells like a godmother.
We got godmother blood. Little Italian boy.
Mama, why you gotta break up my nose? Mama, why you gotta cut up my father? Mama.
I say, dam's about to burst, and I'm gonna get fucking wet.
You ain't a monster. What do you look like that for?
First off, rude.
Hey, I'll trade bites in the name of girl bonding.
She gives you top
She is
surgery.
Doctor Strange. She doesn't bring me back to life. She
Jesus.
cuts my tits off.
And then there I am, a man talking to a man, but I'm a mouse and he's really a bucket. It'll drive you mad if you think about
A
it.
mouse
Oh, okay.
talking to a bucket,
That makes sense.
asking it to love it.
Yeah. We're all okay. I think I get it. What do you mean?
Not enough to drink, or what is it?
We
Not
can't drink.
Water
Whatever.
everywhere, not a
Anyway, ladies.
I look at Pinocchio. I'm like, guys.
What are you doing, man? I look at Pinocchio, I'm like, whoa, it's kind of hot.
I'm trying to really.
Salty?
How do you find out?
Please don't. Okay.
My man, you seem to be an important figure. And I think it's important that you step forward right now and let everyone know it was an adult sleepover gone wrong. The people need to know, and you're the man to stand up and say, adult sleepover gone wrong, my bad, but we'll get through this as a community.
It was your bad. Things have been fucked up. And a lot of that's your fault.
Parenthood.
Oh.
The king disappeared due to the magic of parenthood?
Yes.
It's a baby. There's a baby in the sun.
Baby.
Oh my God, there's a baby in this.
I think this makes me want to disobey my elders when I hear this.
Right?
You honestly should.
So, if momentarily we could stay with you at your castle, maybe for 2 or 3 years.
Yes. Just normal royal stuff.
Normal royal stuff.
2 or 3 years.
Yes.
A classic royal welcome.
A measurement of time that is not upsetting to a cat.
I'm gonna shave your fucking head.
Which is why I now can boast this hot form.
Sorry, what? My body feels as cold as ice, and I feel sick in my stomach, but I can't seem to move my bowels, and it feels like there's some kind of glue in my body somewhere, maybe from the spiders, maybe unrelated.
I say, garnish me, Daddy.
I guess, or what, if you don't put your energy into things, they don't work out the way you want them to? It's just horse shit.
Just crit, dude. Just gonna crit. I crit.
Did you?
You gotta be fucking with me. Okay.
Timothy, unplug your ears. We're ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, I always say I hate pickles, but I love pickles. And then I...
No, stop. In reference to what?
Would you like some tea? I can ring.
You want a ring for tea?
Don't you?
At the bottom of this staircase, if you open the door, it's just nothing.
So no tea.
Like, I'm not in a position where I can give you advice. But Tom, he's fucking killing it. He's just absolutely killing it. His marriage is rock solid. He wakes up every morning at 5 a.m.
What?
Every morning at 5 a.m. to work out, and we're gonna do it tomorrow. Next thing tomorrow. I didn't make it today, but goddamn, I'll be there tomorrow.
It's hard not to think of that as getting neutered. I wanted to be like, did you get neutered? What happened to your dick and balls?
I don't want to talk about it.
What do we? That's not a. That's not. Hey, how are you doing? Conversation, guys.
Looking for our chances.
I think I see something, you guys.
Us getting absolute.
And I'm Little Red Riding Hood. My mom says I need to make more age-appropriate friends.
Sometimes if someone needs food, then I lie down on the bar.
And then prime rib gets put on top of you?
On a good day.
It's
like one of those sushi models or whatever. Where
In fact, it's
they're just
fun to
covered
lie.
in sushi.
Hey, shut up. We've been at a sleepover party, okay?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen that in content. I've never seen that in real life.
I pace a little bit wherever I go. That's my secret, Pinocchio. I'm always pacing.
Let's just say I'm a duck now.
What?
No.
So my whole thing is giving advice, and I've been telling kids for a long time, don't drink water.
Okay.
How do you like this job? Pays good. Pays good. Weekends.
Pays good. Weekends. Pays good. Weekends.
We could need to scrap hard.
I'm ready to scrap. I've got my fencing book right here.
Okay, bad side.
Of course I know how to fight. I've got the rabbit rushed onward. Two eels for supper.
I think I'm repeating.
These are my moves.
My axe.
Sorry. And you are reading how to do them?
But I'm not in the habit of doing anything helpful for free.
Okay. You could put on a dance.
As soon as this
Now,
video
that was
ends,
so
I'm gonna have
lightning
to.
fast.
So almost
I
immediately.
sort of made a cryptic ask for something of value, and you were at. You didn't need a moment.
I'll do it.
Do you remember when we met and I was a frog?
Yes, sure.
And obviously put on a different shirt.
How do wolves?
I can't wear my merch
Everyone
during
needs
an
to
interview.
Get up off their knees.
No, you're gonna do great.
No, I'm not. Hey, Wolf. How do? What's funny? I was saying this to a pig earlier. It feels weirder to it's like telling a racist joke, but to that person of that race. Hey, Wolf. How do you like to have sex?
Can I do a stealth check to just kind of back out?
I was going to ask if merch was interview appropriate. Probably not.
How do you like to have sex?
Under the light of the.
Although there is something coming in the summer collection, which might be
You huff and you puff
somewhat
and you
interview
like it rough.
appropriate.
Well, this is perfect. There's
Called a
no
tease,
kids
ladies and
around.
gentlemen. It's
You
called a
could have
tease.
rough sex, I suppose, under the crescent moon.
Yeah.
Two things can be true at once.
Maybe it's a little bit of both.
Which of my partners?
But yeah, I'll put on like a collared shirt.
Was it just true?
That was just true. It was just, I was more, I do observation. I don't do observational humor, but.
You have seen me mate?
No.
When have you observed me mating?
I have not.
Yeah, who are you really? Because you said you were a child, but when I mentioned playing bridge or gin rummy, you didn't recognize either card game.
Okay.
Classic young child game.
That's what me and Grandma played all the time.
And that had to do with the fact that you were a kid and not that she was a grandma.
This is what kids do.
There's no part of me that wants a hot dog. The prince part of me doesn't want a fucking hot dog. The frog part of me just wants to eat bugs and shit, doesn't want a hot dog. No part of me wants a hot dog.
Gerard, I feel like you're cranky, and I feel like once you have this hot dog, you're going to really mellow out.
I'm sorry I said freak at you.
You're sorry you said freak?
Yeah. I am sorry.
I gotta say, I'm genuinely impressed with how well they get together or get along together. They're able to just riff on the spot.
We have left.
It's very
where
impressive.
My horse brain can go.
Sure.
I just, moms are moms. They've got pasts, they've got presents, and they've got futures.
But your mom ate two people.
Hello there.
Sir Boar. I am a princess of the Kingdom of Reverie, and I'm here to offer myself in marriage.
Because
Whoa.
it was a weird situation, a bunch
bold
of hot
move.
bitches with cool powers squatting in a dead woman's castle.
Let's go get electric handshake buzzers. Let's go get one because she's gonna have a good boy time.
Yeah, but wait, you know there's nothing I love more than a good boy time. You know, I used to be the king of the good boy time.
Okay. And remember, I'm inside a cow. Dish, listen, sometimes your wife has to go off and fight a war while you hide.
Yeah.
That can cause some problems in a marriage.
Wow, Brennan, you're such
Maybe
a
they
big
just like
man.
try
Go
to do that
brunch.
when we're
Maybe they
like
just go to
15.
brunch, Brennan.
Have you ever
Maybe
thought
they
about
just
them
get some
going to-
bellinis, Brennan.
Some bellinis.
You know what?
Pinocchio immediately starts doing his best impression of what he thinks breathing is.
Want
to go set the table? I could, yeah. This has been long.
But Grandma,
That pause, though.
your ears are honking big.
Oh, the better to hear you with, my dear.
Grandma, your teeth are honking big.
She saw that opening.
I think if everybody in your life tells you that the only way you'll ever be a real boy, a real anything, is to be perfect, I think you're gonna stuff your leg full of bubble gum and whiskey.
Up to the fucking thigh, man.
Not being real
Oh,
with
that
you.
man is bleeding. He probably needs my help and/or seduction.
First D&D player in history to purposely put his pet in danger.
That's horror campaign. That's really
Like him.
Want to eat him?
Yes, I've never hung out a day in my life.
I will say, Brendan's voices are on point. They are amazing.
You should try it sometime.
I don't think I will.
I don't think you will either.
Is the gander Hannah Montana or?
You see,
Best
questions
of
that
both
pointed will
worlds.
take someone with more secrets than I to answer.
Great thematic stuff.
Like Hannah Montana.
Really great thematic stuff.
Do you recognize me as Ilphus Storvelson? We hung out in a cabin for like a week until I starved and then went into a frenzy and split your skull in half and then ate your raw body. But you were into it.
montage. Awesome winter dress montage.
Everybody's trying on everything.
Trying on this dead woman.
Montage. We murder his clothes.
Yeah. You and Miss Muffet trying to have a little picnic together as you just hear one after the other coming from the village.
Adult sleepover! It was an adult
It's a non-sexual adult sleepover.
They're still talking about it.
A river.
So you took the broth halfway, found a river, and said, "This is where the broth goes."
I'm like, yes.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to find my wife, and everything is fine. She still loves me.
So
This is just a wolf with fucked up legs who's a girl.
Hey, be careful who you're talking to. I'm a really nice preteen.
I'm gonna pick up the hot dogs.
Eat one of these.
AKA Teen Wolf.
Need one for my friend Gerard.
Bon appetit.
Don't swallow it.
Oh.
Motherfucker. Okay.
You gotta save your teeth.
Oh, God. Oh, God. That was
Beats to
gross.
study too.
Okay, well, there's a huge bird over there, and he's kind of freaking me out, so go fuck yourself. Why?
that's so unfair. So unfair. You're like
I've
so
watched you
good,
roll 2
so
4s.
smart.
Thank you.
Everything you do is so great, and the dice
And the dice.
I got 12.
Don't tell lies. Go to school. Don't drink water.
I met death if death wants me
Cheers.
to live. I don't want to go back to my other story where I listened to my fucking elders.
This could have all been solved with a note.
She just didn't want to read it?
She didn't want to read the note. We have a whole, there's a lot of baggage with the note.
I got my third wish right here.
I kneel. I do like a little, we sniff each other's assholes. Oh, great.
What?
Practice that swing. Practice that swing.
I can't believe we've never been to Vegas.
Isn't that crazy? Nah. No way.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. You have got to be.
Find the Christian Bible.
So many thoughts.
So many prayers.
That is such an amazing compilation. That might be the best one that I've seen from Dimension. That was very funny. Completely out of context, that was funny. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Dimension20 is amazing. I've enjoyed every video so far, and it's all been basically out of context, which is hilarious because it doesn't really give you much in the way of context, of course, but it shows you their personalities, how well they get along together, and how off the top of their dome they're able to put these worlds together and thoughts together, and it's impressive. I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but certainly looks fun and enjoyable. And if you have a friend group that you're close with or you're trying to get close with, that seems like the best way to do it, honestly. D&D. Never played it. Heard about it, obviously. South Park had an episode about it. It was very funny, as South Park usually is somewhat humorous. But I hope you enjoyed the videos today. I gotta go, like literally now, and do that interview. Swap out the shirt real quick. Maybe turn off some of the stuff so it doesn't look like I just got off stream. Thank you very much, Jace. I appreciate it. Luke, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to join the Discord. It is growing, and we got fun stuff to do in there. Go ahead and put your stamp on it. And if you're really interested in something, you're passionate about it, request a channel, and we'll just make it for you. And you can find other people that are interested in it too. You can hang out and looking to grow the community. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube as well, Todd Reacts, and the gaming channel as well, Todd Reacts Plays. Two very different things. If you want gaming content and live streams live on YouTube, go subscribe today. And if you're looking for the VODs of this, or video on demand, I guess is what that stands for, if you're unfamiliar, or if you're looking for future live streams of reaction streams on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe today. Super easy to do. It's free. It's fun. It's wonderful. Go ahead and do it. Follow the Twitch channel if you're watching on Twitch, twitch.tv/ToddReacts, and check out the winter collection of merch. Leaving the store very soon, within a couple days. I think it's just over 3 days now. And yes, I shall see you all tomorrow for another reaction stream, live via Twitch, eventually live via Twitch and YouTube. So be on the lookout for that. I will make it very obvious and bring attention to it, because it's important. I don't think I've ever gone live on the main channel before. Actually, I know I haven't. So it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. You're all invited. I will see you all on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Thanks everybody for joining and contributing. I appreciate it. And I shall see you all. Bye-bye. Take care.